The representative of the Honourable Minister of Power, in the person of Engineer Sule Abdulaziz, the Managing Director, Transmission Company of Nigeria, to please come forward and make his presentation as a panelist. Abdulaziz, sir.
My appreciation to the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture for the invitation to participate in this town hall meeting aimed at addressing the vandalism of power and telecommunication infrastructure. This meeting could not have come at a better time than now, when the destruction of power and telecommunication infrastructure is at all-time high. I consider this forum very important, not just for stakeholders, but for the generality of Nigerians who are the ultimate beneficiaries of services from these assets. It is key that the general public, especially host communities, understand their role in the protection of our collective assets and what they can do to help preserve these assets. It is when they have this understanding and see themselves as part owners of these assets that they will be truly committed to partnering with the government to bring about the reduction or even the complete elimination of vandalism. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, information is power. It is my firm belief that the more people understand an issue, they are more prone to taking steps to curb this menace. This is therefore a good platform to discuss this challenge, which has been causing a lot of hardship, not only to the good people of Borno State, but to the nation at large. This is a national embarrassment, and we must all work together to find a solution to the lingering problem. A solution must be found against the backdrop of the deliberate effort by the present administration to ensure the provision of adequate infrastructure in addition to rehabilitating existing ones for more robust national development. In the power sector, vandalism has become a recurring challenge, from the gas pipeline to the transmission lines and towers to distribution infrastructure nationwide, and this is made more rampant by the difficult terrains which these lines and towers are situated. Efforts to expand and make the nation grid more robust are constantly threatened by these unpatriotic citizens, and as such, the budget for the rehabilitation and expansion of the nation's power sector has to be constantly flowed into the repair and restoration of vandalized aspects of the national grid. The effort of the Buhari administration in ensuring that every citizen of this great country has access to a steady and reliable electricity supply are being truncated by criminals and some unpatriotic citizens. On the Maiduguri axis, for instance, it has been an awful task for Transmission Company of Nigeria to ensure consistent bulk transmission power supply through Damaturu Maiduguri and Dambuwa Maiduguri 330 and 120 kV transmission line respectively. And whenever TCN is unable to transmit bulk electricity through these lines due to vandalism by insurgents, the distribution companies, on the other hand, will equally be unable to distribute electricity to consumers. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all aware, Your Excellencies and distinguished participants, of several incidents by these vandals or insurgents that have continued to cut electricity supply to the Maiduguri axis and TCN effort to reconnect supply to the risks of the lives of TCN engineers. These efforts have equally constituted a huge drain on our revenue and funds meant for grid expansion, which has adversely affected the social economic lives of the people. For example, in 1 month, TCL lost an average of 130 million on the wheeling charges and energy loss to Maiduguri and environs. This means that between 26 January 2021 to date, which is about 9 months, the total revenue lost on this line at an average of 840 megawatts hour per day is about 1.17 billion naira. In terms of cost of replacement and restoration of damage, 333 kV towers and other accessories on Damaturu Maiduguri 330 kV single circuit transmission line, a total number of 8 330 kV towers has been brought down by insurgents between January 2021 to date, and the average cost of reconstructing such towers is about 110 million per tower, which translates to about 880 million naira. Please note that 5 towers were successfully erected and stringing completed on the 17th of September, awaiting energization before the insurgents brought down another 2 sets of towers, T193 and T194 at Auno village the next day, that is 18th of this month, September 2021. One other major challenge, which cannot be quantified in terms of cost, is the cost of life and the safety of TCN staff, who, despite enormous risks associated with working in these troubled areas, kept on putting their lives on the line to ensure that we restore electricity supply to Maiduguri and other parts of the northeast affected by this nefarious act by the insurgents. Some of them has, in the course of this service to the nation, lost their lives, while others sustained life-threatening injuries. Please also note that this attack on TCN infrastructure in the northeast dates back to July 2015, when Tower T122 at Benishek village was brought down by the insurgents. This took about 6 months to erect, causing huge revenue loss to TCN and the power sector in general, as supply to Yola Electricity Distribution Company was interrupted. On the 132 kV View-Dombo line, the insurgents have been destroying this line at different locations and times from August 2018 to November 2020, forcing TCN to declare force majeure for inability of the line to supply Yola Disco. The average monthly revenue loss at a minimum of 50 megawatts is about 55 million naira. You can imagine the effect on the entire economy. Despite this, we have remained resolute in our effort to find ways of ensuring power supply to the good people of Maiduguri and the nation at large. And to effectively achieve this, every citizen of Nigeria must, in one way or the other, contribute to this fight. The other part of the nations are not spared by the vandals, such as Lambanta village near Suleja, where 2 towers are vandalized. Along Benin Ikeja West, 2 towers are also vandalized. Disrupting supply to Lagos, a tower in Oronta village in Abia State was brought down by vandals. In Ahia, 10 drones of aluminum conductors were carted away by vandals, disrupting the erection of a new tower. Also, the Ekrobos Lagos pipeline was blasted by vandals, disrupting gas supply to over 6 power generating stations in the western part of the country in 2016. The list goes on and on. At this juncture, I wish to appreciate President Muhammad Buhari administration for its untiring effort to fix the Nigerian power sector and support the national grid expansion and system stability through the Presidential Power Initiative. My profound appreciations go to the Executive Governor of Borno State for his untiring effort in providing security and logistics to our engineers whenever the lines are vandalized. Thank you, Your Excellency. To the engineers that have constantly put their lives on the line when they go into the forest to repair vandalized equipment, I commend your tenacity. The Ministry of Power, in its supervisory and oversight role, has created the enabling environment for operators in the sector to operate efficiently and will continue to collaborate with stakeholders in this regard. I wish to thank the Ministry of Information and Culture for bringing to the fore for national discourse the perennial issues of vandalization of electricity assets and telecom facilities. The invitation to our ministry to participate at this forum has provided us the opportunity to jointly deliberate on proper solution to the national headache of vandalism. Solution will improve the supply of electricity for the economic development of our country. After deliberations in our ministry, we agree that the government can pursue very vigorously the following options. executing embedded generation, such as the proposal from the NNPC of 50 megawatt gas power plant, then the solar farm and wind farm. Engage the Nigerian police and the electricity vandalism response squad to help contain the menace. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and DISCOS/TCN to strategize against vandals. Deployment of modern electronic security surveillance systems for intruder detection at remote location to monitor using radio frequency signals. The relevant authorities should ensure that no market exit for the sale or purchase of vandalized electrical equipment in the country. There should be legislation on this effect. Harsh penalties should be imposed for culprits and vandals. Then there should be a vigilante group can also help in this regard. Also very key is our appeal to the gentlemen of the press to stop publicizing these incidents in true service to the nation. Any other idea this forum may prepare is highly welcome, as this is our collective fight to curb vandalism of any form and save our grid. The fact is that vandalism is injurious to the development of the country and the well-being of the citizens. Efforts made to develop the power sector is constantly hampered by vandals. The challenge has become endemic and drastic actions are required to be taken by all meaning Nigerians. Else, the nation may continue to live with unavailability of steady and reliable power supply. Thank you, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for listening.